Hello everyone. So first of all, my voice sounds like this because I'm sick, not because it's changed so much in the past 2 years. Yeah, so apparently I am uploading a video to YouTube again. I wouldn't go as far as saying I am back on YouTube because honestly, I don't know. I want to upload videos. I love making videos. I love The Sims. I would love to be an active part of this community again. But it's all a lot. A lot is happening in my life. I will talk a bit more about this later. So first things first, I want to say what you see in this video is me renovating, well, not really renovating, more like just redecorating the houses of two of my households in my Uberhood, which is something I started playing with 2 years ago. I never really showed it on my YouTube channel. Well, I've uploaded a lot of stories and screen caps from the game and stuff on my Tumblr, which I don't know, maybe I'll put it on the screen. But the thing is, even that I have drastically slowed down with in the past in the past year, let's just say the past year, because okay, I'll get back to this in a moment, but first of all, so what you see in the video is the first house that I redecorate is Nina Caliente's condo, and the second one is the Goth household. I am currently in a minor crisis over what to do with my CC in the game, like what style or what intensity of custom content I should go for. To tell you the truth, I am feeling a bit like, again, I'll talk about this later, but I felt pretty overwhelmed just by the amount of things that I have in my game and the amount of things that I need to consider, even just when decorating a room, because I have so much stuff and I am a perfectionist. I want to make the most of every single room. I want to decorate everything according to a Sims character to the absolute fullest. I want it to reflect their personality 100%. And I want it to be as detailed as possible, but that is something that I physically cannot maintain because it requires a kind of effort that I just no longer have the energy for. So bottom line, the two renovations, well, redecorations you see here, are not that very good. I mean, you guys know I'm not a builder, and I'm also not an interior designer. Also, like by the end of both of these houses, I've just been running out of energy to do every single room to the best of my abilities. So, some rooms are just like nearly abandoned, just like a couple of touches here and there, and that's all. So I know that's a bit disappointing, but let's be honest, you guys probably didn't click on this video to see yet another renovation of the Caliente condo, did you? You clicked on it because I unknowingly manipulated you into thinking that I had anything interesting to say upon my so-called return to YouTube. Anyway, I would love to tell you guys more about the households that you see here. Not just these households, obviously, like the whole Uberhood, but that will come another time. I would love to make a video about, well, everything that I've been doing that is Sims related ever since my departure from YouTube 2 years ago. Let's call it that. And then I can talk a bit more about why these households are the way they are, and a lot of other interesting Sims stories, which I would totally love to share. But in this video, I'm just going to get to the original plan, which is to talk a bit more about where I've been, what I've been up to. Okay, first of all, I am not using a camera right now. Well, mainly because I am sick and I don't look that good. But also because obviously the whole making a video thing again is a bit anxiety inducing, and I've not been ready to take that step yet. Also, I currently don't have a very good camera, so I'm going to have to buy a new one, but I don't want to buy an expensive one until I know for sure that it's something that I need. Anyway, it's probably going to return in a bit. I don't know. But for now, this is what you get. Sorry. So, actually, ever since stopping uploading videos, I have tried to record a comeback video like many times. There was one that I recorded that went like really in depth over my anxieties surrounding YouTube, my whole mental health talk, everything, But then, as soon as I edited it, I kind of realized this might just be a bit too much, a bit too messy, because I don't think that I can really explain the way my brain works very well to other people. Basically just come off trying to over explain everything, and then it still doesn't make sense in the end. So I'm holding back on that right now. I'm not going to go like super in depth about the inner workings of my brain. Just going to say a couple of things. So September 2021. Oh god, okay. This is like my favorite thing to do. Talk about the past. It's my hobby. Okay. So September 2021, I was not in a good place. That summer I started making videos more seriously. I actually even made videos that I kind of, well, I guess I can admit this now. I only made because I didn't really know what else to make, but I did want to make videos. I just wasn't feeling content about their content. I did enjoy making the videos. I did enjoy editing them, but I didn't really feel like they contributed much, and they made me feel insecure about who I am as a content creator. Like it kind of pushed me into crisis, thinking about whether I really wanted to make content that people like could laugh at, or if I wanted to make content that would help people in other ways. To this day, I don't know the answer. I don't know. I know that I am not an entertainer. I am not naturally funny or anything, but also like tutorial type of videos. I was kind of running out of ideas. So around the end of the summer, I kind of lost that drive for being a consistent content creator. I kind of realized that this is not something that I can maintain naturally. I am not cut out to be my own boss or whatever. I am really bad at time management. I am really bad at motivating myself. And unless there is somebody there literally forcing me to do something, I will not do it. And there was a certain pressure from outside as well to continue making videos, but that kind of pressure also wasn't a good kind of pressure. You know what I mean? I'm a very socially anxious person, as you definitely know, and when I started feeling like people were actually expecting things of me, it kind of crushed me. It did not motivate me. Instead, it like put this burden on me. Like, no, I put the burden on myself, but yeah, it felt like an expectation that I was never going to be able to top anyway, because that's me and my self-esteem. Like, whenever there's an expectation, I'm always like, nah, for sure not happening. I won't be able to make people happy doing this. They will not be satisfied with me, and I will somehow even do more harm than good to them. And so I'd rather not even try. That was kind of my mentality there. You know, I cannot be entertaining enough, I cannot be helpful enough, or I can't reply to messages. Well, that's another thing. Messages, comments, all of that. That's a whole nother story. They give me a type of anxiety that I really didn't even think I could feel before starting to upload videos on YouTube. And that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate them. I appreciate every single person who has ever taken a time out of their day to say something nice to me, or turn to me for help, or ask me how I'm doing, or when I was coming back, or anything like that. See, I appreciate it, but I look at it and my stomach is in knots because I feel a pressure to respond to it in a way that will make the other person as satisfied with my response as possible. And okay, I'm not going to go into detail over this because I said I wouldn't. But my mechanism for dealing with all of this has just been to shut off and just not look at it, not reply to anyone. And that is also not good, because obviously I wanted to. I wanted interaction and I wanted to be part of this community, but my brain just wouldn't let me. Anyway, back to 2021. So I stopped uploading videos because, well, first of all, it was hard for me to keep up doing it. And second, I was just not in a good place. And obviously it's hard to force yourself to do such big tasks if you also don't even have the energy to go to the corner store to get bread. 2021 has been a really hard year for me in a lot of ways, but there was this one thing that kept me going, that was YouTube. But near the end of the summer, I felt like even that wasn't going to keep me going anymore. So I kind of, I crashed and succumbed to mental illness, because that's what you do when you are mentally ill. I asked for help, different kinds of help, and I was functioning just okay for a while. But making videos just couldn't be part of my life at that time because I was so busy doing the other things that were taking up all of my energy. That was the last school year that I spent in university, actually doing university, and it was not easy. But I did have one escape at the time, and that was playing The Sims. Not making videos about it or anything, but playing it. And I was playing my Uberhood, which I was really, really, really into. And I also kept uploading my stories on Tumblr. For a while, I thought that was the medium for me, that I was handling that a lot better than making videos. And that might have been true. And then in June 2022, so last year this time, I kind of finished uni. Haven't really finished it yet, but kind of. I was done with the studying part of it. And then I had the summer to pretty much just to myself. Well, I was looking for a job, to be honest, but I found nothing for a good few months. I didn't have my degree yet, and I was just... At that point, I had been out of employment for so long, like a year, that I felt terrified of starting a new job because I didn't know what to expect. I was so scared of the responsibility. I could not take the idea of other people expecting things of me again, even though I used to like working. I used to love feeling productive and earning money. Even in a shit retail job, I felt much better than in education. So I really had no basis thinking that I wasn't going to be able to handle a job, but I was scared of it. Anyway, by the end of the summer, I actually found a job. It wasn't a full-time job yet. It was a student contract, which is good because it's flexible and is bad because of everything else. But it sounded like a great job and I got it. And so end of August, pretty much like start of September, I started this job and I started working full-time. Like I was in a full-time contract, but because I was able to, I just started doing full-time hours because that is how much I enjoyed this job. For the first time in a very, very, very long time, I kind of felt like I had something going for me again. Like I was good at something and I was good at this shitty, tedious, repetitive administrative job. I was good at it and I liked doing it. I was not going to work every morning just waiting for it to end. I went to work every morning excited to do the fucking boring job. I was doing more than 40 hours every week. And so from September on, I basically stopped playing The Sims or anything else for that matter, because all I did was work. And it turns out playing The Sims as a full-time job is not compatible with actually having a full-time job, because that's what I was doing before. All of my free time went on playing my Uberhood, making up stories, administrating all of it in Excel sheets, uploading my stories to YouTube, editing pictures, writing stories and conversations and everything. And then I started an actual job and all of that desire to do that just went away. And that was both fantastic and tragic because I was enjoying something productive for the first time in my life. I was doing something that was working out for me. I was doing something that I got paid for and I also enjoyed and was simple for me and easy, and it kind of gave me, that flow experience. But I also didn't really leave myself any time for other things. For example, The Sims, which I still would have loved to play, but it just wasn't possible to play to that extent anymore. Anyway, the months went by, and by November, my job kind of transformed into another kind of job, which was way less administration and way more customer service. And the weird thing is, I loved it. I did not expect to love it, because I thought that all I was good for was these repetitive, simple tasks. And customer service didn't sound good. Customer service, involves taking phone calls. Ew, who wants to do that, right? Especially with my social anxiety, like, I am scared to call my own family members. Like, why would I want to take calls from customers? Well, apparently, it just turns out that I am good at it. Most of that stems from the fact that I really took an interest in understanding, like, what we're actually doing with the customers. Like, so much of the job is understanding the systems and knowing what to say to a customer in any situation. And it turns out that I am just good at it, and I enjoy it. I enjoy the processes. I enjoy helping other people, both customers and colleagues. I just really do enjoy doing this work, and I enjoy getting recognition for it. And it's weird, because any other time in my life before, whenever I got a compliment, some recognition, acknowledgement for anything that I did, whether for my YouTube videos or my schoolwork or grades or anything, it made me feel bad. It made me feel anxious. But this time, with this job, I don't feel that. I feel good. I feel like it's deserved for the first time in my life. I never felt like I deserved it. Now I feel like I deserve it, because I really do put all of my effort in it. And it's a weird paradox, because if you ask me if I was happy this way, I would still say no. Because I didn't want to be in customer service. I didn't want to spend all of my time doing this. But it just so happened that I was good at it and enjoyed it. But if I think about where I've gotten with my life, I still feel sad. So I don't know, it's kind of still a mess in my head. But anyway, bottom line, I'm going to start working full-time at this company end of this month. So for the past 9 months, I've just been kind of, temporary. But now I'm going to have an actual full-time contract, which is actually going to stop me from doing other very time-consuming things. So great time to get back to YouTube, eh? Anyway, enough about work, because there were other things that I wanted to talk about as well. Well, the most important one is I moved houses recently. So this February, early February, I broke up with my partner and I moved to a place that is entirely my own. But then we got back together, but didn't move back in together. So I now just live in this place on my own. And I have this resolution to myself that I would keep up doing this, because I needed the space and I needed to learn to be more independent. Ask me how that's worked out in the past 3 months. I couldn't say very well, but I'm trying. It's been challenging. In fact, it's been so challenging that I kind of have this idea of starting a personal YouTube channel that is just going to be like self-help. It's just going to be me recording myself cleaning my place. Because if I don't do it for something external, I don't do it at all. I can't just motivate myself to do it. Like, even though it makes me feel actively depressed to look around my place and see that it's a mess, that things are dirty, I don't actually end up doing anything about it because I don't have the drive. I'd rather just lie and wallow in it, and it's not good. It needs to change. So yeah, that's just been one of my ideas to motivating myself to do that. But it's not just about cleaning, really. It's about everything. Anyway, long story, I don't want to get too much into it. Maybe on my personal channel. Right, there's been a lot of rambling, but I'm going to wrap it up here because this video is not that long. I purposefully didn't want to make a long video. Also, another life update, I have a new computer. Well, I mean, I've had it since Christmas, but I haven't really used it to its full capacities yet. So that means I can record gameplay better now. I have an actual graphics card and I can record gameplay without too much buffering. I can also play The Sims 4, which is new to me and I haven't even really tried it yet. Basically, I have so many games that I want to play. I've just really not gotten around to doing anything other than doing work yet. So yeah, it's a bit of a bummer, but I'd really love to manage my time better and actually leave time in my days to actually play games and stuff. So I am working on that. So thank you everyone for watching, and thank you to everyone who in the past few years left me nice messages and stuff, comments, everything. I'm sorry that I stopped replying at one point. I did, yeah, but hopefully after this video now you know why that was. I promise you that I love you and I appreciate you, and from this point on I'm trying to establish some kind of healthy way of responding to some messages and comments. I still can't promise that I'm going to respond to every single one for all eternity, but I'm going to try to actually show my appreciation better, because it is there, believe it or not, it is there in me. I am very, very, very grateful for everybody's support. And as for future videos, I honestly have not figured out what I want to do. But I do know that I want to do a couple of videos about what I've been doing in The Sims lately. Well, I have been playing a tiny bit. Not too much, but some bits here and there. So I would love to talk about that. Like show you around my Uberhood. That should be interesting. Okay, anyway, thank you for watching. Everybody have a nice day. Bye bye.